Chris Paul, if he, like no Devin Booker, but still a very good team, cannot lose the series to the Pelicans. Can't do it. And Brandon Ingram was starting to take over this series. Chris Paul heading into that game, it can't just be another excuse. Well, this guy got hurt. He gets knocked out in the first round with a team that was favored to win the whole thing. That was huge. Now, I don't say that to set Chris Paul up to look bad.
Yes, you do.
He won the game.
All I can do is laugh, Shay.
He won. The point is, you have a question. Guys write their own scripts. CP3, 20 points, 11 boards, and they win. That's what I'm talking about. That's what, if he gets bumped in the first round, and I know it's not a deciding game, but going down 2-3 is bad. If he gets bumped in the first round, that's a disaster.
Max, who's the best player on the court? The best player on the court is Brandon Ingram. Who's the second best player on the court?
Saying Chris Paul?
Maybe CJ McCollum.
No, Chris Paul's the best player on the court.
CP3 is one of the greatest point guards to ever live.
He's the best player in the series.
But people don't look at CP3 as carrying teams by himself as a prolific scorer.
Not
he's
right now.
Prolific playmaker. You know he's about to turn 37 years old.
I hear that.
On May 6th,
I hear that. I think
37
that's
years old.
That's
he's a legit playmaker. So, look, his legacy will not be affected. The dude is one of the greatest point guards to ever live.
You're saying because he's a little – wait. Let me get just 100%
he's
sure
about
what you're saying.
turning 37 years old.
Because he's older – what he accomplishes, it adds to it, but what he doesn't accomplish can't be held against him because he's 37.
Yeah, and they lost a 30-point score in Devin Booker.
But, Max, that's what I told you yesterday in our meeting. It doesn't – nothing changes for Chris Paul. If he wins the championship, the NBA title, great. And if he doesn't, the conversation will be, man, he was great. He just didn't win the NBA title.
Well, no, that's different than what Jay is saying to me.
No, it's the same thing.
Because, but Jay is making the point, when you get to a certain age, especially if you're 6 feet tall in the NBA.
Well, you're adding 6 feet tall in and all that. That doesn't matter.
If you're 37 and 6 feet.
It does not matter. Because Chris Paul is one of the greatest basketball players that we've ever seen. And so it doesn't matter if he was 6 feet, 7 feet tall. It does not matter. If he wins an NBA title, that is just a cherry on top of his career. And if he doesn't, guess what? The one thing we will always say is, man, he was a hell of a player. Too bad he didn't win a championship.
Yeah, but we are also in discussing the very greatest players of all time, Key. The fact that he didn't win a championship means that he's not, like, he should be in the conversation, certainly with Isaiah Thomas, right? But Isaiah won back-to-back.
He's in that conversation and he's in that conversation with Zeke regardless, though, Max.
Yeah, but who are you taking when it comes down to it?
I mean, I think I would always take Zeke, though.
Right. Why?
I'm splitting hairs between the two, dog.
I'm with you on that.
But because I grew up a Zeke fan,
I'm being biased.
Because Chris Paul could be an NBA champ, but Chris Paul could be an NBA champion if he was with the Lakers instead of the Clippers. That deal would have went through. He probably would have a ring by now.
But still, you're splitting hairs as relates to I'm taking one player over CP3.
I'm
okay,
splitting
fine.
hairs.
All I'm saying to you is the guy's third all-time in assists. He is fourth all-time in steals. He's been to the playoffs 14 out of 17
I'm the biggest Chris Paul fan. I get it.
Like, so he doesn't. His legacy doesn't retract. It doesn't.
It doesn't affect his legacy.
It can only go up from here.
Part of the legacy.
I'm glad you said that, Jay, because you was not on the call yesterday when me and Max and everybody was talking about it. That's the exact same thing, Max. I said to you. It does not affect it. It only can go up from there. That's it.
Okay. I buy it if, Jay, your argument is he's no longer at the peak of his powers because of his age, and so you can't expect – but his legacy is part of the whole story is the playoff collapses, is the fact that he wasn't able to get a team over the top.
But he got a team to the NBA Finals.
And that legacy,
he got them there, or who was the best? He not as the best player on the team.
Well, that's what. But see, why do you keep? He's never going to be the best player. He's never going to be the best player. He might be the best leader. He might be the best playmaker, right? But like that's why I said talent-wise. Like I'm looking at the game, and even though he had 22 points, says Brandon Ingram talent-wise is the best player, right? He could take over a game, right? CJ McCollum is up there too. CP3 can make big plays off PNRs and stuff, but if you blitz him, and Key, the only thing I would disagree with you on, like, I think size does matter here to a degree. Sure. Because being, like, as a smaller player, when you're 6'1", 6'2", it's harder to do those things. You're seeing Ja Morant do them now because he's young.
But see, here's why Here's why I say that, though, Jay. Because CP3's been doing this entire life.
I hear you.
So it does not matter with CP3.
But you judge him differently than the 6'6" guy.
Yes, 1,000%.
It just doesn't matter because he's been doing it his entire life.
Well, I only say that because...
Like you've been doing it your entire life, Jay. So the fact that you went 2 behind a dude that's 7'6" doesn't matter.
He's giving him extra credit. You guys are saying, what Jay is saying is he's getting extra credit for being short.
Because what I'm saying is Jose Alvarado...
He is, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jose Alvarado got an 8-second call on him last night. So here's something that fans watching the game, you don't pick up on.
I've been wanting to call him avocado.
Alvarado, not avocado. So West Coast, I love it. Avocado. So in the NBA games, even in playoff games, watch playoff basketball. Like when you inbound the ball as a point guard, you take the ball, you turn around, you walk the ball up the court, there's nobody around you. So they're pressuring CP3 the full length of the court. They're making him work now more than ever before just to get the ball up the court, yet alone get you in the set, yet alone get into a pick and roll, yet alone what he brings to the table defensively, yet alone him turning 37. So it just adds to it.
You're making a compelling case about forget about like I don't accept all the arguments, but the 37-year-old argument is very good, and also the Houston argument is good because I believe had he been healthy as the emotional leader of the team, they'd have won. Right? Like I think they would have chipped up right then because they would have beaten Golden State and beaten the Eastern Conference. Right? It didn't happen that way. Part of the legacy is the injuries and stuff.
Bad luck.
Right? So he can't, like when you add a chapter and his team got knocked out when Booker got knocked out.
But bad luck has nothing to do with legacy, though.
It does. It factors in.
No, not with your greatness.
It does not, Max.
Not with your greatness, Max.
It does not. You're not going to win this one, Max, no matter how fast you talk.
If it's
not going to happen.
If it's a consistent pattern throughout a 20-year, whatever it's going to be, 18 years.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.